Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, little AEW Dynamite review. The first review here in the Wrestling Jesus group. Tell your friends, tell your cousins, tell a vacuum salesman about the group, folks. I mean, it's not going to be a big group there, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Little review there, folks. I didn't watch the full show, but I watched like the full 5 matches, the full matches, and the full CM Punk promo. If I missed a backstage segment or some other stupid thing, then good. I'm happy I missed it, for fuck's sake. So the big match, Daniel Bryan versus, what's his name there, Kenny Omega or whatever there. The Battle of White Shirt, Bryan against Kenny with the white shirt, and apparently this was a thing that they both had white shirts. You had Cody Rhodes recently with a red suit or whatever. So Bryan versus Kenny, it was an okay match, I guess. I had no problem with the draw finish or whatever. I thought the match started off strong. The crowd reaction was strong. It felt like it was some kind of a big deal there. And then it's like they were just stuck in neutral for 20 minutes. Then it ended in a draw or whatever. It was okay, but for me, like, it felt something and then it was just there. It was okay, but you know what I mean? It didn't feel magical for me. I thought maybe the end it's going to pick up and become a big, exciting deal, but it kind of wasn't. There was just kind of there for 20 minutes and then it became a draw. It was okay, but for me, folks, it's just strange, you know what I mean? Like I said, this isn't Daniel Bryan, it's Bryan Danielson. He's a Ring of Honor competitor, He's dressed like Daniel Bryan, looks like him, but he was making a different face, It wasn't happy underdog babyface Bryan that I was a big fan of, a man that I loved in wrestling. This was a serious face Bryan, like a bland indie wrestler, I'm a good wrestler kind of face there, with bland wrestling maneuvers for 30 minutes. This is a stranger to me, folks. This is a stranger, and I don't know this man, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how it goes, but this is pretty much the biggest Bryan match that they can do in AEW. Where else do they go? Is Bryan and Cody gonna seem bigger, Bryan and Punk, this is WWE stuff that we've seen before. Bryan against Sammy Guevara, Bryan and Jericho. None of this is gonna feel bigger now than Bryan and Kenny Omega there, but we'll see what happens, folks. I mean, an okay match, but we had Sting and Darby Allin versus FTR, an okay tag match, The match is as good as it could be with a 65-year-old wrestling in the match. I like Sting there, but, the match was okay, but he's 65 years old, folks. FTR getting squashed by a senior citizen, ladies and gentlemen. I personally have no problem with it there, but. And then we had Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black. Malachi won with the Black Mist or whatever. And I think he's probably the only guy that looks better in AEW. You know what I mean? He looks like he has a bit more character than he did in WWE. But I find it weird. This match was okay, I guess. They're not a great match by far. There, it was okay. There's probably going to be another match, but I find it strange these fans booing Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean? For the past 2 years, like I understand AEW haters or people that criticize the product like I do. I watch it. I'm not a hater, but I criticize it, you know. People like us, we've been bashing Cody Rhodes, not hatefully, but like making fun of him, stuff like this a little bit. But the AEW fans turning on Cody Rhodes, I just find this fucking weird, you know. They've been sucking this guy's dick for the past 2 years on Twitter. Thank you, Cody, for changing wrestling. A lot of them, I was about to kill myself. Stuff like this, they write. Or maybe it's just bots there, but my life was very low, and thanks to you, Cody, my life has changed because you did the moonsault off the cage or whatever. They've been trying to convince us that Cody is a real main eventer. Stuff like this. He's a big EVP. He helped to convince wrestling fans that this was a real company. And the AEW fans turn on him. Like, this guy has done nothing but suck your fucking dick. Cody's been sucking the dick of these 300-pound jobbers, mark fans, psychopaths for the past 2-3 years. And they fucking turn on him. Why? Because a couple of big names have arrived. CM Punk and Bryan show up. Suddenly you're too good for Cody Rhodes, just like they were too good for Ring of Honor and NXT, you know. It shows how they're unloyal, these indie fans and the smarks, you know what I mean? Tony Khan, he sucks the cock hard of these people. Eventually they're gonna turn on him as well, and this is one of the first signs there. Turning on Cody Rhodes after all the bullshit he's done for AEW. The fans turn on him. I find that pretty fucking weird, you know what I mean? We had MJF versus Brian Pillman. I just skipped through most of this one or whatever. The main event, Britt Baker defeated Ruby Soho. It was an okay women's match, I guess. CM Punk did a promo, a 5-minute bland promo. Like, the only thing he did here, he's like, oh, some people want me to be more angry. They want me to basically do better promos there. And be careful what you ask for, but all I want to do is have fun with the fans, and this was the promo for 5 minutes. Like, I want to have fun with the fans. Like, how is this like a good promo? Like, it's to hype up the match next week. Hey, you guys want me to be more badass, but I love the fans. Like, and that was pretty much the whole thing for 5 minutes. And then Team Taz, they want me not to have fun with the fans or whatever. Wasn't much of a promo in my opinion. I'm not being a hater, but it's a 5-minute bland promo just talking about how he wants to be friendly with fans. I don't see how this is great wrestling promo. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, folks. I don't know there. I thought the show was okay. The matches were okay, but not spectacular there. I'm interested in seeing the ratings, folks. So thanks to those who are joining the Wrestling Jesus group. Videos coming each week and other random shit. I'm going to post it here, there. I'm still going to be posting and Wrestling Gods and stuff. We got World Wrestling Macaroni, the Eve-head, ladies and gentlemen. But in this group, wrestling talk, stuff that's too weird to put on my profile or something, it can come here or whatever. Different shit, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about pens. I mean, Charles Ringmaster Ringy posted a picture of his microwave there. I love it. I love it there. So, yeah, more videos are coming, and this group is staying open there. Fuck it. Until next time, peace. Ah!